Menus let users navigate your site by clicking directly to certain pages or sections. Many themes in WordPress let you have multiple menus in more than one place, but most WordPress sites will have a primary or main menu along the top of the site or along the side. In this video, we're going to look at how to create a menu in WordPress and assign it a menu location. Along the way, we'll also look at some of the other menu settings and options. Let's go ahead now in the Customizer and go into the Menu section. Different themes will have a different number of menus available. To find out where they are and what should go in one, it's a good idea to look up the documentation for your specific theme. We're going to come back and add a new menu and call it Main Menu. We could then go in and add items such as specific posts, or what we're going to do is link to certain pages on our site and then select where we want this menu to show up. I'm going to choose Primary Menu. Notice that you also have the option to add all new pages to this menu. When you're working with menu items, you have several options, and some will even let you do things like add more description to a menu. When you open up a menu item, you should have some different options. The options you have available depend on what theme or plugins you're using. For example, this one offers us the option to add an additional description here. Underneath the main link. We could also do things like have nested navigation or subpages, and we could see that that would display differently. Whenever you set up a new theme, you may need to reconfigure or reassign what menus you've already created and tell them where to show up. I'm going to go ahead and remove this, but just wanted to show you that it was available. And notice that you could also remove a link entirely if you don't want it and add it back in later. You could see you could link directly to if we wanted all of our WordPress posts to show up. And then if you wanted to change the name, you don't have to have the default name as the only one that appears. So you have that option as well. Let's go ahead and save this. Now, if we come back into menu locations, we'll notice that this theme actually has two menu options. And the second one is a special one that lets us create a new social menu and we could add in a custom link here and notice that when we add this to the menu and click Social Links menu, that new menu items appear here that have the icon for all of the different social networks. The only way we could really know this is that if we went to view 2015 documentation and pulled up the documentation for this theme. As we scroll through, it tells us about all the custom options for that theme. And when we get down to menus, it mentions that you could put in links to all of these different sites, and it will automatically create a social icon that's appropriate to that one. We could even do something like having a mail to link, where instead of having a URL, we could say mail to, and then that would have a nice email link pop up. Again, this is important to know that what menus are available to you and what menu customizations are available depends on what theme you're using. That's why it's always important when picking a theme to look at the documentation for that theme when you're getting started. We'll look more at themes later, but now let's turn our attention to the last section of the customizer, which has all of the widgets.